Hi, it's Kayla Ray Atkins. I'm back with another message and a song. So let's do the song and then we'll do the word. So here it is, my alabaster heart, keeping nothing back from who you are. No hidden treasure veiled by key or lock. Your lifetime worth of worship, and that's only just the start. Here it is, my every waking day. The minutes, hours, the years of endless praise. For you're worthy far beyond all I could say. There's a lifetime worth of worship in the nuance of your names. So let it rise like incense, my whole life, a fragrance, every ounce, here broken at your feet. Every breath an offering, my heart cries, these lungs sing over you, my worthy King of Kings. Oh, you're worthy, worthy King of Kings. There it is, your alabaster cross, giving all you are for all I'm not. Can't believe that's the kind of king you are. How could I not bring a lifetime worth of worship to you, God? So let it rise like incense, my whole life, a fragrance, every ounce, here broken at your feet. Every breath an offering, my heart cries, these lungs sing over you, my worthy King of Kings. Oh, you're worthy, worthy King of Kings. Oh, you're worthy, worthy King of Kings. All my love, all my love, all my love, you can have it all. All my heart, all my love, all my love, you can have it all. All my heart and all my soul, all I own, you can have it all. All my heart and all my soul, all I own, you can have it all. Oh, you can have it all. So let it rise like incense, my whole life, a fragrance, every ounce, here broken at your feet. Every breath an offering, my heart cries, these lungs sing over you, my worthy King of Kings. That is Alabaster Heart, done by Callie Heiligenthal, out of Bethel Worship, or I think it was done there first. Yeah, Bethel Music. Anyway, I wanted to share a little bit about a passage out of Luke chapter 1, verse 45. It says, "Blessed is she who has believed that what the Lord has said to her will be accomplished." Blessed is she who has believed that what the Lord has said to her will be accomplished. Sometimes we are standing for something, we're believing for something. We're believing for a child to return home. We're believing for a marriage to be restored. We're believing for a healing in our bodies. We're believing for God to come through in a miraculous way in some way, shape, or form. And it's not happening, and it's not happening, and we're still standing, and we're still waiting, and we're still believing, and we're still contending. And oh man, this is a long wait. This is long. It's hard. God, it's hard. When? How long? And we get discouraged. We get impatient. We want it now. We live in a microwave society where we want it now. Your way, right away. A Burger King, right? Like that's the slogan of America, or of our culture, of our generation. And we have lost the art of waiting, and waiting well. And even if the one thing that you're standing and believing for has not happened yet, God is still moving. He's still moving. He's still blessing you, actually, in other ways that you may not be aware of, or you haven't just paid attention to. So in the middle of this stand for the thing that you're waiting on God to deliver on, what is it that he's actually doing in the meantime for you? How has he provided for you in a way that nobody else could have done? What other miracles has he shown you in the process? You know, I think of when the Israelites were wandering through the desert, and they were supposed to go to the promised land, and they didn't get to the promised land. They were going around and around. But in the process, in the meantime, miracles were happening all over the place around them. God provided manna every single day. They had food to eat. They had quail that started showing up. Their shoes never wore out. Their clothes never wore out. For 40 years, they wore the same things. Like, we don't wear things for more than a year or two typically, or we just go buy something new every other month. And you know, we want new clothes all the time. We want new shoes or whatever. And but they had to trust God in the desert, in the wilderness season. And through that wilderness season, God was able to pull out some of the old mindsets and some of the old things that they had been holding on to and clinging to in the past, that they were used to, the slave mentality that they had grown up in. And he used that season in the wilderness to start drawing that out of them. And that can be something that God is actually doing in your life during this season of waiting, in this when it feels like you're just wandering and waiting and going in circles, and when's it going to happen? Well, in the meantime, God is actually doing miracles that you may not even realize. He's provided finances for a bill that you had to pay, and you didn't know how you were going to pay that bill, but yet the money showed up. Or maybe you got a promotion or a raise at your job and you weren't expecting that, but God provided in that way. Maybe you got a new car or something happened and you were able to take care of a car situation that you didn't know how to do. And so there's mindsets also that we are being cleansed from, that we used to think like, but because we have been put into a season of wait and a season of trust, that there are things that God is probably showing you to look at differently with a new perspective, and you get to see him in a new way that you wouldn't have seen him before had you not walked through this situation. And I know that is true for me. Several years ago, I thought I knew so much. I thought I was like the best Christian, the best like not that I couldn't be taught, not that I couldn't learn anything, but I grew up in the Christian home. I grew up with my dad as a preacher, basically, and I grew up in the church, and I grew up singing all over the world and doing all these things, and it was just second nature for me to just trust the Lord and to just, you know, do it all the right things, all the right ways. And then my world got completely turned upside down, and in that moment, I had to make a decision. Did I know this God that I said that I trusted? Or was it all just talk because everything seemed to always go my way, or the way that I had expected it to go? And it wasn't until this past several years of my life, in this season I've been walking through, that I truly have learned the character and the nature of God in a way that I never would have known him or seen him or learned of him or been spoken to by him. It would have happened prior to this this season of my life. And I'm learning that in a new way now that I am in this part of my life and on a different side of it, still trusting, still believing, still hoping, still knowing there's a promise from the Lord that hasn't yet come to pass, but I'm waiting on it. And I know he's faithful to his word. Hebrews 10:23 says, let us hold fast to his promise that he has given to us without wavering, because we know he is faithful. He is faithful to keep his promises. So let us hold fast to his word unwaveringly. Do not swerve, because he's faithful. And he's going to walk us through it. He's going to get us to the other side. He's going to take care of it. But John 11:40, if you turn there, it says, did I not say to you that if you would believe, you would see the glory of God? He's going to come through, and he's going to make it happen in his timing, in the way he desires it and designed it to be. Before you were even born, he already planned your whole life out. Before you were even a thought in your mother's mind, your whole life was already planned out. So what you're walking through right now is already in his mind and in his heart, and he already has the answer, and he's already been on the other side of it. He's worked it all out. We're just in the middle walking through it, which isn't comfortable and not very fun all the time. But along the way, we are growing, we are learning, we are experiencing something that we would never have experienced otherwise. So don't get worried, and don't get weary, and don't lose hope, and don't lose heart, because as long as you are walking with him and trusting him and seeking him daily, and not getting discouraged by what you're seeing directly in front of you, because the Bible also tells us in Romans, I don't have the exact reference in front of me, but it says the things that we see in front of us, the physical things, what we see is temporary, but the things that we do not see, that is what is eternal. So what we're seeing in front of us, and maybe attacks that are coming at you or things that are not going your way, those are temporary things. And the things that you cannot see, that God is working on behind the scenes, those things are the eternal things that God is doing on your behalf, that is going to manifest itself at some point. But we just have to keep walking the walk and being patient and doing the thing that we're called to do. So, blessed is she who has believed that what the Lord has said to her will be accomplished. Even if you don't see it, there are still blessings following you as you are walking in faith, and it will manifest in many areas of your life. And then when you get to the other side, you will have a testimony that nobody can take away from you, because God did it, and you get to share that story. And then people will see what happened. They'll see the glory of God in a way that they would never have seen it before, because you allowed him to move through you and work through you as a vessel. And literally, like, our whole life on this earth is to be a testimony and bring God glory. How best can he get the glory out of our lives than with a surrendered heart and a willingness to say, yes, Jesus, whatever it takes, whatever you ask of me, because the whole journey of our life is really to bring glory to God, to show him through our lives so he can be glorified. And other people, it says, let them see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven. So when they see what's going on in our lives, they see us living it out, walking the walk, talking the talk, having the faith, then that gives them the opportunity to see God in action. And when we don't get discouraged and we're not moved by circumstances and we're not falling apart every time something else happens that doesn't go our way, they can say, man, look at that strength. Look at the strength that she walks with and that she carries. How does she do that? It's because of the God that lives on the inside of you, that gives you the strength. We can't do it on our own. We only get faith and we only get strength from him. In and of our own selves, we cannot do it by ourselves. But the strength that God gives us, that operates through us, that is the only way we can walk through a lot of things that we face in life. So be encouraged. If you are in a place like that, if you are waiting on the Lord for something, don't give up. Don't give up hope. Trust him. Trust him. He is doing it. He is answering. You may not see the exact final answer today, but it's on its way. It is on its way. So walk in faith. Maybe you need to do a prophetic act to just show yourself and show the Lord, hey, I'm going to step in that direction. Even though I'm not seeing it right now, I'm going to go that, and I'm going to move and walk in that direction and trust that you are coming through on your end and you are faithful to deliver in your timing. So have a blessed day. I hope and pray that this message encourages you, and come back for another one. Bye.